Welcome to Attican Plays Pharaoh, A New Era. All right, hi, this is Attican and welcome to Series 1, Episode 7 of our playthrough of Pharaoh, A New Era, the campaign missions. We're playing Behdet, and this is actually part 2 of our playthrough of Behdet. We started out down here, what we're looking at right here, with gold mines, lots of gold mines. There's even more we could get. We just don't need them. We got plenty of money coming in. We have expanded out to a second community here to set up our fishing, and we're looking into now expanding even further and going across the river and trying to build out over there. So I've decided, since we don't have a demand to any requests now for that fish, we missed the fish request. So we took a little hit on our kingdom rating for that, but that's not Ra is our patron god. We're not worried about kingdom ratings, to be honest with you. But here we're seeing the struggle of having gold mines close to your housing. And I mentioned this before, I wish I'd moved that whole housing block kind of up the screen a couple of squares. That would have made it better. And so we're doing whatever it takes to try to get those get that desirability up just a little bit more, so that we can evolve those houses. But it doesn't matter really. It's fine. Right now we're good. Even with missing the fish, we're still got our kingdom rating we need. We're still okay. And we've started construction on our monument, so overall doing all right. And to tell you the truth, I'm trying to remember. It's been a little bit since I played this. I'm trying to remember, okay, what are we doing? We're making plenty of food. We've got some extra housing. What is it exactly that I want to do? Okay, now watching this after the fact, I'm all right, buddy, are you going to do anything? Okay, finally. We're going to expand out into that little peninsula over there across the way. That northeast, we'll call it northeast, peninsula across the Nile. We're going to use our little straight line block, and we'll use the water supply as the end of it, and then we'll just go ahead and set up services out there at that end. And we're going to go out here, see how far we can go out. The game is a little fussy about what you can and cannot do at the edges, so that's all the room we have. We want to put a bandstand out there so we can get jugglers and musicians out there. And you'll notice it puts us right against that. Because it's a short block, we didn't expand this very far. I think there's no problem with just letting everybody just wander in and out of that bandstand. It's no big deal. We should be able to get consistent coverage from it. So we're going to go ahead and put in all our services. This one's going to be a little different because we're going to go ahead and put the temple up there at the kind of the downtown. So it's kind of got a downtown up there that we're building. And then the housing will be out from that, and then our industry, basically in this case, ferry landings and military wharves will be down here at the end. So there's nothing to say about this. I'll come back when something interesting happens. Now, I can tell you that one reason I'm going so slowly here is I'm concerned that the ferry landing is going to work because as I shared before, I played this prior and had a lot of trouble with the ferry landings. They seem to be a little cantankerous, but hopefully they'll work. Spoiler alert, they do. But what we want to do now is just have this set up so that our walkers from down here can just go right up into town and get their employees, and the services from the employees can come, from downtown can come right on down here, like the fire and architect, and make sure that our two military wharfs there and our two ferry landings don't. Well, the ferry landings never have a problem. They can just sit there forever. They don't catch fire. They don't collapse. Now we're going to put a granary in and a storage yard, and we're just going to have it kind of go out and grab some pottery and grab some beer. So we'll set it on get, and then we'll set it, just grab a quarter of a yard. And same thing here, grab a quarter of a yard. So workers there will go take the ferry, go over into the mainland, so to speak, and pick up some pottery and beer and bring it up here for our folks. And then our granary, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to have it just go out and get some chickpeas and get some fish so that we've got some food for the folks up here on our new community to eat. And we should be producing, between the fishing and the chickpeas, we do have, based on our advisors, plenty of food. So now we want to set up a dock. We want to start trading, and because we need wood to make those warships. So I decided the only way to do it, on this dock on our mainland, was to use the space right here. But watch what happens. This is irritating. And if you see a mistake I've made, let me know, but I don't think so. I think the game has a little challenge here. I cannot place this dock. I try rotating it, doing whatever. It will not go there. It just won't. And it seems, and I've, as I said, I've played this before and had some technical difficulties. One of the difficulties I had a fire that burned down some fishing villages. Well, after I cleaned up the mess, I couldn't rebuild them. That spot was worthless. It was like we ruined the shore or something, which is not how the original game works. So what I decided to do is try to save this and see if maybe it's like if I save and get out and come back in, or save and reload, will that fix the problem? Do we have just a weird little problem here? So I'm just going to go save it and then load it back. I usually spare you guys any of the crap like this, but we'll just go ahead and show you what I did. I also don't get why the most recent save is at the bottom of the list instead of the top, but nitpicking now. So okay, now we've got it reloaded, and let's see if it'll work now, if we can put a dock there. And the answer is no, we can't. It will not take a dock. Because it should just automatically align itself. Even if I try rotating it, it still won't take it. Weird as can be, but notice what happens when we come over here. I can't fit it on that island, but if we come over to that site B, let's call it, site A being our starting point, but if I go over to site C, no problem. It'll align. So I think there's an issue, and this one surprised me too. I was happy that it would at least let me put the fishing back there, since we've already got it set up. And then when I did that, I noticed, oh shoot, it's not really working right even there, because I really want this to be a loop. I don't want any little places where you can go off at an angle, because what will happen is your walker will go down, and if he goes off to the left and goes to that fishing dock, when he comes back out, he might turn back to the right and go right back where he came from, which means he's having a very inefficient walk. So you kind of want, when you can, you want to have loops. And so now that is a loop. Ugly, but a loop nonetheless. All right, so now we're getting set up to move to Site B and to populate Site B and have some wharfs made. And we're going to have to also move to Site C now because we've got to have a working dock over there. And that's, would not want this. If I were playing this one more time, I would put the dock over there next to the fishing wharf, or next to the shipwright, so that it's on kind of Site A, the main island, or the main peninsula, or the main piece of land. And not like this, but what we're going to do, we got lots of money, we can do whatever we want to do. We're going to put out a bunch of transport. We're going to put out some more military wharfs, and some transport wharfs, and just have a really fine navy. There we go. This will be a fine navy that we'll have. And we'll just build a road that goes and connects all these pieces together, right? So it just runs along and just sort of connects to all the stuff on the shore, like so. And then we'll put in housing so that wherever you are on that, you'll be able to pass some housing. Now this is where if we had done the option global resource pool, this is all we'd need. All these buildings would get their housing by being connected to our road network, and the ferry is considered part of the water ferry is considered part of your road network. So these buildings over here would be connected all the way back to our original housing block, or to that worker block you're looking at right there, in theory. And that would all work, although I did see a steam write-up where someone was complaining that they were really having troubles with that it wasn't working just right. But anyway, what we're going to do is put in a little small community here that has sort of the basics. It's going to have water and religion and a doctor and a tax collector and fire, police, architecture, and a bazaar. I think that's it. And we'll just build a simple little block out of that, put some housing around it, and then that housing will be what all these wharfs and stuff over here will use to get their people. And you notice we're over here at the reeds. We could even gather reeds if we chose to. And I hit F here to flatten it. That's really useful. You can actually see what you're doing this way. It gets the buildings out of your way. So we're just going to build a tight little block here, and like I said, and that's enough of that. I'll come back next big thing. Now right here I decided this is lowland. We got the marshes over there, so we'll give this block apothecary, so that we don't end up with an outbreak of malaria caused by being near that swamp. So now we got both of them built. Now my fingers are crossed, hoping that people will actually come on over here. Now we're going to have a dock, so we're going to need a fairly good storage yard system. So we know we're going to be importing wood. That was the main reason we did all that work. And so what we want to do is import the wood at the dock, but we want to have one over here near the shipwright that gets the wood. So we're going to set it to get a quarter, and we're going to set the one over here at the dock to accept a quarter, and then we will import to maintain 800 units, which is a quarter. Each storage yard will hold 3,200 units. So here we go. Oh, this is beautiful. My eyes are tearing up. Now we've got a threat of military action. Keep that in mind. So it's February 2680 BC, and we're supposed to have impending attack, and just keep that in mind. It's a spoiler alert for what's going to happen down the road. So we're going to open up that water route to import the wood from Byblos. We can go to our commerce dude and say, yeah, go ahead and import to maintain 800. So it'll unload the dock, go to that first nearby storage, and then the other storage on the other side, in side A, will get the trigger that says, hey, there's wood out there, go get it, and it'll go get it and bring it near our shipwright. And we're going to set up military for land units as well. So we're going to go put in a recruiter and put an archer for it. And the way that the game does combat, doesn't matter where we put it, so let's just put it away from everybody, because they are ugly things too. And now we can start recruiting archers with that recruiter that we just put in, and have a fort of archers to protect our land. We've got a whole bunch of, potentially a whole bunch of military wharfs to defend our sea. Now, we just got crime and we just got fire, and I'm just slapping myself. My goodness, how stupid. I just failed to get fire and architecture on that area. Fire especially, I mean, they're just fire traps. And then out here we got crime, but I think we had a, I can't see where he's coming from. Oh, you know what? That's misleading. That's the overlay, I think, is crime, and it shows a walker, but I don't think we have a police station. So decided we had that one that wouldn't evolve anyway, so why not knock it down, put a police station there, and then we can see that run. And then now the police guy, as he comes along, he goes all the way to the end, all the way back to the other end, and takes care of everything. So now the crime's taken care of. We had a fire here that was you just want to slap yourself when you have that, because there's no excuse for it. That's just bad gameplay. So I just wanted to click on that to make sure I knew what it was. It was the granary that we had to getting food for that housing block. So we can replace it and set it to get chickpeas and fish. And then we also have our mess out here. We lost our storage yard. We lost 2 of our Bricklayers Guild buildings. So we're just going to clean up that mess and replace them. I love the control left click. What a great improvement that is. Now we want that to be a get all storage yard. So no matter where bricks are in our city, we want them to come there where we're doing our construction. Okay, so we've recovered from our disasters, our self-made disasters. And we're waiting to get some, here comes a trade ship coming up the coast. And we're starting to get people here, and we need to make a little connection there between our housing block and the road so that the bazaar lady can go out and buy. And see, she's going to go all the way over here to the other side. She'll go over there. It's within her range. They have a certain range that they'll work on. She's going to go all the way over there and pick up some goods for her people. And here we're going to put in a conservatory so we can get some music up there to that when you see that, after you play a bit, you gotta know what's coming. And when you see that kind of rough green like that, that means they're missing entertainment. And then we very quickly get them to evolve. Now they want papyrus. We've been requested to get papyrus. And we can easily build our own. And and we could harvest the papyrus, but you can see there's just not much of it. So what I decided to do here, first of all, I want to get some figs. I know that there's a place where we can import figs by water. I remember seeing that. Here we go. We'll go out here and find it. There's somebody we don't have a route with yet. It's not Nikan. It's not Mindafur. There we go, it's Perwaget. So we're going to open up a trade route with Perwaget, and we're going to import some figs, and that'll be an easy way to get food over here for this for Site C, so that they don't have to compete. You know, they don't have to run all over the map getting stuff. They can just get the figs off that storage yard, and that'll be their food source. And she can still make trips over to Site B to pick up some stuff. Not a problem. And decided, since if that one with the reeds is lowland, then that's all this green over here probably is too. So I gave that Site B an apothecary. So we're going to set up. A storage yard to take the figs, and we're also going to set it up to take reeds. I think is what we did. Papyrus first. Okay, we're going to do papyrus and then import the papyrus that we can then just send back out. These are the kind of things you do when you've got plenty of money. But then we realized we can't import the papyrus at all, so we're going to have to import reeds and make the papyrus. So we'll put in papyrus makers down here. And I decided, because this is kind of a it's kind of a long line, and fire, you know, we don't want anything blowing up on us here. So we're going to have some fire and architecture that starts at the opposite end and make sure that gets covered. In fact, it may be, I'll take that back. That's the first time I put it in. I'm glad I did that. Way to go, Anakin. Good job. Because if not, we would eventually start seeing all those things collapsing or burning up or whatever. So now you can see the ships are rolling out. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've already built 5 of our ship 6. We're rocking and rolling now. We're importing the wood. The shipwright is making the ships. We've got transport ships. We've got warships. Look at this. We've got ourselves a navy. And we got 6 months to get that in, and I think I've messed up here with the reeds. I didn't set a storeyard to accept the reeds. I think that's the problem. Now you may have noticed this, the game is starting to pause on its own, and I'm starting to get irritated. I'm not hitting the space bar. In fact, the space bar doesn't work. I can't use it to start or stop, pause, or anything. It's just all of a sudden. And it is pausing itself, and it's just very irritating because I'm having to go out there and click that unpause, or resume, or whatever, however you want to say it. Every see there, look at that. It only run for maybe 10 seconds or so, and I know they've got this new functionality with the where you can set up the pause, like when you pull up does it pause whenever you set up when you look at a overseer, does it pause for events, that kind of thing. There's something going on here that is really messed up because it is pausing just all the time. I'm constantly having to tell it to go. And I tried everything. I tried saving this, shutting down. I even shut off my computer, fired it back up. I was checking the temperature of my computer in case I was running hot, which totally not. I mean, the rig I have will absolutely handle this game and then some. So they definitely have a problem they need to fix here. They definitely probably have a problem here because this you just can't play the game like this where it's going to pause all the time. See that I'm not hitting anything. I actually am holding my hands up in the air to make sure I'm not hitting anything, and it's pausing. So this goes on the rest of the game, but I just stubbornly just keep on going because I want to get this done. And we've got this one house here. We just can't quite get it to evolve. The desirability is just too low. We're just really way too close to those gold mines, but we'll try to see if we can conquer it with some more shrines. And it's paused, of course, and there we go, and that worked. We finally got it up to an acceptable desirability. We've got a full archer. We're finally starting to make some reeds. That's a good thing. We've got a full archer fort now. We've got a huge navy. So now I'd like to have an infantry fort. So we're going to throw down a couple of weaponsmiths. We're going to put a storage yard here that's going to get copper. So its job is it's going to go out and if there's a copper in the city anywhere, bring it here so that our weaponsmith can use it. And then we're also going to say, okay, and the balance of your space you can use to store weapons. And then we're going to go over here to the dock, and we're going to make sure that one of our storage yards will accept copper because it's going to come in by the river, and so it's going to come into the dock. So we accept it at the dock, and then the storage yard over here at the weaponsmiths will go out and get it, bring it over here, and deliver it to the weapons, and we'll be able to make weapons and get ourselves a nice infantry fort. Now we are now Well, we don't have enough bricks. There's not enough gifts. We're not going to wait on gifts. So we're going to import bricks. So think about this. We're importing bricks, copper, and wood. Those are three expensive items. Copper, wood, very expensive. So if you don't have a really strong economy, don't even think about doing this. You will go broke in a heartbeat. But we've got so many gold mines going. And we also, we haven't even there's a whole bunch of gold mines gold sites for gold mines that we're not using. We could add those in, and we could import flax and export linen and make good money on that. We could start going out and getting reeds instead of importing them all, and then we could have some more papyrus makers and export papyrus and make good money on that. So we have a tremendous economy, and we're not even touching what we could be doing here. This is a very rich site. It's like the opposite of Timnah. Timnah had nothing. Well, that's not true. Timnah had the copper and the gold and stuff, but nothing else. This site, because of the trade routes that it has and what's here to work with, you can just really print money here in Behdet, and it's good. You need it to build up a huge navy like this. But remember, it's been a long time now. We got a warning about a pending attack, if I'm not mistaken, and I haven't seen any attack, so I think that's another mistake. Something's wrong with the we're not getting attacked. Now, last time I played this, I did get attacked, but I didn't have the pause problem then either. See, it's just pausing all the time. So hopefully they'll get all that fixed. And there we missed our papyrus deadline, and our kingdom rating fell a little bit. So we're going to export any extras we have in papyrus and make sure, we can accept half a yard, which is 1,600, and which is fine. We'll store 1,600, and anytime a boat comes in that would like to have some, we'll export 800. What did I just do there? Y'all tell me in the comments. I don't know. I fell asleep there. I was mesmerized by all that 3/4, 1/4, 1/2 stuff, and I don't even know what it actually amounted to at the end of the day. All right, we moved ahead just a little bit. This is where I tried to go out and do the save and reboot everything and what have you to try to get that pause to work, and it doesn't work. It still doesn't work. So apologize for presenting Pharaoh a new era in a bad light, but just what it is. Hopefully they'll get that fixed, and our future videos will be, the pauses will happen when we want them to happen. Okay. So since we know that kingdom rating is part of our deal, we have to have a decent kingdom rating. And since we have Ra as our patron god, we're going to start holding festivals. We're going to pick Ra, and this first one's going to be a grand festival. Might as well go all the way. And we're going to get Ra to be really happy with us. And we're just going to continually hold festivals to him. And he will give us, basically there's two basic you can see I just reloaded so you see the weird look. That's a, you see all those people walking on water? That's just a function of reloading, I believe. But anyway, that was a bizarre shopper and her little helpers going across the river. They're probably in a ferry boat. But so God, what was I saying? Oh, so Ra here. See, that's one of the two. There's two main things he'll give you. Is he'll improve your export price so you can export and make more money, and the other blessing he'll give you is to improve your kingdom rating. That's the one we're really after. But we'll just keep holding festivals. We'll do a lavish now, and we'll just keep doing lavish festivals. So you kind of click on the festival square, click on hold a festival, choose the god you want, choose the size of the festival you want, and it happens a little bit later. I do notice they don't have the illustrations. They used to, in the original game, you'd see all these priests and people dancing out there on the square. They don't seem to have that. But the festivals still work because you still get the blessings and you still improve your relationship with the god and all that stuff. So this is just going to go on, and I'm going to have to keep hitting pause, unpause, resume, pause, resume. I'm just going to have to keep doing it. See, look at that. It's just unreal. Now it's timed with a message, so I'm thinking maybe those options are messed up. But I just don't know. See there, look at that. Pause again. And I don't think those are considered event messages. That's just a thing that they're going to do a festival. And part of the problem, it seems like, could be when you get a message that you would expect to pause on, it should resume afterwards when you close the message. It's not. It's forcing us to restart. But it's also just stopping randomly. So here I decided to go look, okay, well, what do these settings really mean? And can I change them? Like that overseer confusing double negative one and the scripted events. And, does it matter if I change them? Does it matter? What can I do? Is there anything here that I've got messed up? Or has one of these, been changed on me that I didn't realize, I didn't see anything. I didn't see anything that looked out of the ordinary, so it pauses again. And I was checking this to see if have I inadvertently built too many naval ships and gotten a mistake that way. See there we got a big blessing from Rod. He moved up our kingdom rating. So this just goes on and on and on. Pause and festival until the end.
Egypt's military troops are now unmatched in the known world, but the new Pharaoh...
I was just double checking there to make sure we were cool. We've got all our rating. Everything's fine. We just need to finish that mastaba, and then we'll be done. And I just realized that this is really the capitalist approach to kingdom rating too. We are basically buying our kingdom rating by doing all these festivals to Ra, just spending money on them, and we do enough of them, and we improve our kingdom rating. So capitalism strikes again.
Bricklaying time at the monument.
So here I realized we're getting close on that on the bricks here. We're about to run out. We don't need to be buying bricks we're not going to use. So there's a point here where we're going to say, do we need any more? And I may be a little ahead of myself. I think this is where the thought first struck me, but I haven't. It isn't quite time to act on it. And now it's pausing. Oh, sorry. I don't mean to be like that. Notice we still haven't been attacked. There's definitely a mess up here in the game. We should have been attacked long ago. And we should have annihilated them, but we should have been attacked long ago. And the pause is still killing me. I'm trying to think, can I do something to change it? Can I flip it off and flip it back on? Whatever. Anything to make this change. It's driving me crazy. And there we got a gift of a bunch of bricks. Now I'm going to go out and check to see how many bricks do we have in total. We have 4,500 bricks in our city. And we only need 4,000. So here we're going to stop the import of bricks. We have plenty. There we go. Now that was interesting. No, there, it just paused for no reason. But right before that, we got a message, and then as soon as I closed the message, it kept going. So, and it pauses again. Okay, there we finished our mastaba, and sure enough, we've Pharaoh is pleased you have mastered the seas and river and made good use of the resources they offer. The mighty Navy you built patrols the waterways, securing our borders. So, I apologize. I didn't mean to be, just griping about the defect. I know they'll fix it. I'm sure they will. I have confidence. So, I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope it'll help you become a better player. I hope you'll like, comment, and subscribe, and join us for our next Pharaoh, A New Era video. Thank you.